Darling, you send me, I know you.
Good morning. It is very early at my house and we're gonna start our garden tour for today. I started filming this a few days ago, but it was raining so much all the time that I couldn't ever finish filming it, so I kept having to take breaks. So this video is gonna be kind of choppy, and we're actually going backwards in time throughout the video. So I'm gonna start with my first raspberry bush over here and just kind of go through everything. This week, I guess the only really big change that I've had, I've had two actually, and they haven't been good. One of them was that I've had some fruits on some of my plants, but they're just dying, so I don't really know why. I think it's because they're not being, you know, there's not a male plant for the female plant. And then the other thing is also that I think a bunch of earwigs have been eating my plants, but I will show you the evidence of that in just a sec. So let's get into the garden tour. So here is my fabulous little raspberry bush. I don't actually know how these are gonna turn out. I don't know if they had weird blooms or if something happened. So yeah, so I do have a bunch of berries here that are trying to grow, which is great. Then my lettuce is here, still going strong. I know I said I was probably gonna take them out, but they still taste delicious. This little border collie plant here is doing very well. Very, very well. Then over here are my flowers that are still going strong. The feverfew is gonna bloom soon. Then all of these beautiful flowers. My kale hasn't really changed much. I think it's sort of done. It's just too warm. Then my chives. This here is looking really sad, and I'm just gonna let them bloom and collect the seeds. It's my parsley. Here's some more lettuce. And then this bed, and so here's the damage. Here you can see the damage from what I think is probably the earwigs. So I put this white stuff in, and it's supposed to deter them. Not hurt them, just deter them, because I don't love what they're doing to all my plants. And then they also must have spread over here, which I'm very unhappy about because I really wanted these guys here to thrive and grow up and make everything look beautiful. But since nothing's growing up here, I might have to reconsider. Then here, this, I believe it's a zucchini plant, is going crazy right now. And I also did just spot my first zucchini, and it's over here, right there. So I'm hoping that that's gonna grow. It is a little crowded in here, so I'm not sure what I'm gonna do about that. Oh, and here is a culprit. Oh my gosh. My camera won't focus because it's totally in cahoots with the earwigs, but this is 100% an earwig, and I hate them. Gosh, okay, so I'm gonna have to figure out how to, you know, deter the earwigs. That's doing great. And cat's doing great. As usual, he's messing with my plants. This little tomato here, so it's really tiny, as you can see, but it does have some flowers right here. But I actually researched that you don't want this to happen, so I'm just gonna take them off. When your plant's too little to support fruit, you shouldn't let it have any. So I'm just gonna take these bottom leaves off, so hopefully it'll get bigger in size. Then everything here is starting to, all of these things are starting to grow up on my trellis. So I'm really happy about that. And I just sort of come out here and check it. Then I have some little fruits here, as you can see. I got a little fruit right here. Excuse me. Excuse me. Hey. And my beautiful cucumber here is doing well. This one's doing well. I'm just gonna snip some of these blooms off, because I don't really want them to be happening just yet. Because that's a lot of, I want the plant to grow more before it produces anything. All right, and over to the other bed. So here's more undeniable evidence of what is happening, and there's nothing really on the underside of these leaves, so it must be the earwigs. And I had this happen last year too. I don't really know why they love it here so much, but anyway. My little petunias that I rescued from the brink of death are doing great. Then these sunflowers, I mean, they are something else right now. Even though this one got chopped off in the storm, everyone else is flourishing. Look how tall they are. It is just crazy. Both of these are raspberry bushes, but neither of them I think are going to have fruit this year. They're too little. They're just going to grow as a plant this year, and then next year they're going to have fruits. I've been thinning out, sorry, I'm standing in the light. I've been thinning out the tomatoes a lot more, just so that I can actually get a couple good tomato plants and not these sort of half-grown little things. And again, right here, I don't know if you can see because it's in the shade, there's some flowers. I'm just going to snip those off and throw them away. Just make sure that everyone's good here. So if you look down here, you can see I don't actually have too many, and I'm gonna keep thinning them out. I can't get myself to pull this one, but you know, maybe I'll just do it. I'll just do it. Take it off like a band-aid, just rip it off. Okay. So now I just have these, and these are kind of more solidly in the ground here, a little further from the little wall. So I think they're gonna do better, and this is really the one that I'm rooting for. And I have some more right here. My azalea is totally done for this year, it seems. This here is my biggest sunflower, and it actually does have flower. I don't know if you can see that up here, but it's coming. And I don't know about this one. I can't really see, it's too tall. So these plants are probably at about 6 feet, and I am 5'4", so I can't see the top of them. Speaking of small things, Paco, what are you doing? Paco. Eating greens. Then here, my pride and joy, the Paul Robeson tomato. So it's got some blooms, and you know, like I was telling you that you shouldn't let them bloom and produce fruit too early. So I've kind of been worried about this one. It's pretty big. I think it can definitely support fruits. So I'm not gonna snip off the blooms, even though I am quite tempted. I'm just worried about him. I want him to do well. Then I have this little bean growing down here, and it's all the way up to right there, which is great. And then my crooked plant here isn't as crooked anymore as it once was. Frank, stop! Frank is still sneaking around Hope, thinking that she's the most beautiful, attractive woman he's ever seen. And let's go up here. Up here, things are thriving. And I say thriving in like the most non-committal way, because I don't actually know. So I've been taking out these carrots, and I actually made a beautiful carrot salad, which, let me insert it right here. Here. Doesn't that look great? So I made this little carrot salad. It was really a salad made of greens from my garden, of carrots, my green onions, and I think that's it. It was super yummy, and it was really easy and quick to make, as you can see. Moving on. Here I still have my kohlrabi growing. I don't know if you can see it in the shade. I maybe didn't pick the best time to film this video, but I have a lot of things to do today. These are all my beets. So I'm not super hopeful for my beets because it's getting really warm, and this coming week is going to be super hot. So I think maybe I just did the beets too late. But you know, it's not wasted time. It is knowledge gained, actually. So I just learned something. So yeah, some of them are pretty, I mean, they're not big. None of them are big by any stretch of the imagination. I started building this trellis, but then it was just raining forever, so I never kept up with it. But I am going to finish building these trellises because I have all of these cucumbers and beans that want to grow up on it. So I really need to kind of build a good environment for them, which I am passionate about doing, you know. And let's see. I'm just going to kind of train these a little bit, show them where they can go, so that they feel encouraged to climb up on things. You can easily just weave your plants through and it'll really help them. Then my tomatoes, oh look, it's my first tomato bloom. So that's my first tomato bloom of the season and of my life. How exciting. And I always try to trim them back a little bit so they don't interfere too much with my cucumbers and things here. I think it's a cucumber, fingers crossed. I really hope so because I love cucumbers. So yeah, these are all doing great, and you see there's a little divide. I don't have any pests or potato bugs or whatever people worry about. Then here, this is my little child that I worry about. So you see all these little fruits? They've just kind of been dying off. So I'm just going to take them off because I think what's happening is that this little plant is simply too much of a baby to be able to deal with it. You know, it's putting off so many blooms, and I think it's just too much for it. Same here, although I have a hard time snipping these off. So I'm just gonna leave them. Then I have some more lettuce here that's doing really great. And then I planted these the other day, like 2 days ago when I started this video. So you'll see that in a sec. I'm gonna insert that. So yeah, now you know how it happened, how I planted all of these things. It was pretty cool. I did plant some seeds, I think, here in the middle. I can't really remember, so I just put some arugula in here. Is it arugula? Yes, I'm sure it is. Anyways, I put some arugula in here, then I planted these. I might get something else to put here, but I don't really know because it have to be something that matures super fast because it's gonna get really hot, and this bed especially just cooks. So, I don't know. We'll see how I feel about it. Then this little bed down here is doing pretty well. So this is the bed that someone stole my radish out of, and it potentially could have been him. I wouldn't be, because that's where the radish was, and see who's digging right there. I have told him many times not to dig there, but you know, boys. Actually, no, you shouldn't say that. That's just encouraging bad behavior of men, is to say, oh, it's just boy stuff. But girls also do it, as you can see. Anyway, I am helpless here. They just do whatever they want, and there's nothing I can do to stop them, so I won't. Anyway, this just has tomatoes and squash and things like that. I have no idea what's what. I'm just gonna be surprised one day. Then here are my little berries that I'm also having kind of an issue with. So, ooh, look at that. Look. Pluck that and eat it. So there's a lot of ants around here, which isn't great, and I don't know how to get rid of them. So, and they just eat my berries. I don't know if you can see this. Let's get in the light. Here. So there's a healthy raspberry and a not so healthy raspberry. This is the unhealthy one, obviously. And someone's been eating it. So, I don't know what's happening. Hopi. Let's see if Hope wants to eat it. Hope, you want this? It's yummy. Good girl. She is not entirely sold on it. Alright, it's a no. That's okay. That's okay. So yeah, that's really going to wrap up the garden tour. Also, in case you're wondering, my little composter is living his best life, and I'm very proud of him. Oh, here comes the nicest dog known to man. Oh, look at him. Isn't he sweet? Isn't he sweet? Frank is the best dog. What a nice dog. What a nice dog. The nicest. The nicest. Oh, what a good boy. Oh. Alright guys, welcome to my outro video. I have my new blue light blockers on, which is another thing that I picked up today. But just before I get down to doing the rest of my life stuff, which is just sitting here studying, eating some ice cream, I just thought I would do... Frank, do you have something to say to the camera? No? You want to sit down? No? You want to sit down? My camera's on his bed, so I think he's unhappy about it. So anyway, I was just going to say thanks for watching another one of my videos. I think the changes are really going to start happening now. They already have. The only one small problem in my garden is that weird squash thing that I showed you guys. And I'm hoping that that will take care of itself. Hopefully when the weather gets nicer. I don't really know why they're being so weird and falling down. So anyway, thanks for watching another of my videos, and I hope that you will join Frank and I again next week when we're back for another one. Hopefully I have an actual cucumber to show you then, or I think it's actually a zucchini that's growing. So I'm going to show you those, but I can't wait. And yeah, let me know down in the comments if there's anything else I can show you that you'd be interested in, just around where I live. And I might also do a walk video where I take my dogs when we go for walks out in the wild, because I think that would be very fun too. And I think I have some dog petting to do now. He's being very clingy. So I'll get back to you next week. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the garden video. Goodbye.